Hello, I'm Laura Heidrich with the Pain Cure Clinic, where we teach people how to cure any chronic pain, and even chronic ringing in the ears. You guessed it, this episode is about tinnitus, where it actually comes from and how to get rid of it. And check out our free guide on how to diagnose any psychosomatic illness. There's a link below. Okay, so tinnitus can be one of the most annoying chronic symptoms that you can have. It's actually a psychosomatic condition created by stress, tension, and anxiety. And I'm going to explain exactly how that happens. It's another in a long list of conditions that the medical establishment refuses to recognize as psychosomatic. They refuse to call it what it really is for fear of losing the revenue it generates for them. Now, Wikipedia says that approximately 15% of all Americans visit their doctor at some point for tinnitus treatment. Patients never get better, and I wanted to find out why. So I did some research, and here's what I found. I looked up what the Mayo Clinic had to say about the causes of tinnitus, and it appears to be just about anything. Here's the list of tinnitus causes on the Mayo Clinic website. Exposure to loud noises, age-related, earbone changes, earwax, Meniere's disease, TMJ disorders, head injuries, eustachian tube dysfunction, muscle spasms in the inner ear, arteriosclerosis, high blood pressure, turbulent blood flow, malformation of capillaries. Interesting, but I don't see how 13 different unrelated things could cause ringing in the ears. It just doesn't make sense. And the Mayo website never mentions stress or any emotional distress as a cause. However, they do have a list of complications from tinnitus that include stress, fatigue, anxiety, and irritability. It's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? I think that the list of emotions should actually be the list of causes, but the medical community will never acknowledge the mind-body connection because if it's a choice between reality and revenue, they're always going to choose the money. Since doctors do acknowledge that they can't cure tinnitus, the main treatments are all devices meant to help cover up the noise with, get ready for it, more noise. Here are their solutions or band-aids for the problem. White noise machines, hearing aids, masking devices, and something called a tinnitus retraining machine. Also listed as treatments, if the machines don't work, are the drug Xanax, a sedative, and if all else fails, try managing your stress. So talk about dancing around the issue, which is what they usually do, without identifying the real root cause. You know, when I first looked at the list on the Mayo website, the cause that stood out to me was muscle spasms in the inner ear. Here's what the website says about this. Muscles in the inner ear can tense up, that is, spasm, which can result in ringing in the ears. There is no known explanation for it. Really? Well, I've got an explanation for it. I've actually got a very good explanation as to why inner ear muscles might be causing the ringing. So let's think about this for a minute. We know that Tension Myositis Syndrome, which is the diagnosis we use for all chronic pain, is just stress causing prolonged muscle spasms. And that leads to a lot of things, most notably chronic back pain. So let's take a look at the inner ear, which is where the ringing is coming from. You can see there's lots of muscle tissue, including the tensor tympani muscle and the stapedius muscle. Maybe, just maybe, all that muscle tissue in the inner ear is spasming, like with back pain, because of stress, and that's affecting the tympanic membrane, and maybe that's what's causing the ringing. Makes sense to me. It actually makes a lot more sense than that long Mayo Clinic list, which seems to make no sense at all. So tinnitus is just tension myositis syndrome in the ears. That's all it is. And curing tinnitus is simple, if not easy. First, you have to stop going to the doctor for the problem unless you happen to like noise machines. And second, you have to reduce your stress enough to relax the muscles in your inner ear, enough so that the ringing stops. Now, I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving medical advice, but I do know that when we coach people about their stress, they get better fast. So think about that. That's it for this episode. Check us out at paincureclinic.us. We'll help you finally stop the ringing. Thanks for watching.